most exciting Disney Investor Day because they just threw a big party in December, but also because not just the rest of Hollywood, but the entire freaking world, Disney is in a holding pattern, waiting on this damn vaccine. And on that note, Bob Chapek, who studied microbiology in college, was downright ecstatic with Dr. Fauci's new forecast that all Americans who wanted to get one would be able to get a vaccine by April. Could everyone get vaccinated in, say, a month? I think considering how slow everything has moved so far, it's unlikely that the vaccine could be distributed that quickly, both in terms of logistics and human behavior. I think that a lot of people who want the vaccine still don't want to take it first. I don't know, let's see how it goes. Not to mention, even if you're first in line, there is a 3-week period between doses to get fully vaccinated. I mean, you could ride out with just one, but it won't be as effective. And then there's the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is a single dose. But these are all questions that have yet to be answered. So when asked point blank about Black Widow in the Q&A section, because he didn't mention it during the presentation, but come on, he knew everybody. He had an answer ready. So Chapek, what that answer is he said that while Disney is currently still committed to a theatrical-only release for Black Widow, flexibility is Disney's new favorite word. So they're keeping an eye on things. And when they say things, they mean Raya and the Last Dragon. How badly do you want to watch Black Widow at home? Because you might want to consider forking over $29.99 for Raya as an investment to make Black Widow happen in May. In fact, Disney is getting ready for 2 simultaneous releases. Not only is Raya hitting theaters and Disney Plus for $29.99 in March, but in just a few weeks, you'll be able to watch Nomadland in theaters or on Hulu at no additional cost. Just like Soul. It seems that when it comes to awards contenders, Disney just wants to create buzz for these films. I suspect that New York and Los Angeles movie theaters, and it is, the fact that I even feel they might open soon is a bit of a victory. But I don't think it's going to be for May. I think they'll open for the summer in June at the earliest. Because again, everybody has to start getting vaccinated. Then local government has to feel confident enough to give the okay to reopen the theaters. Then the theaters have to start getting ready and call everybody back to work and work on their protocols and how that's going to go. So I think that would be June at the earliest, which leaves distribution plans for Black Widow, Free Guy, and Cruella all up in the air. Now, they could push Cruella because they haven't started advertising it yet. And if you're wondering why they haven't started advertising it yet, that's why. But since Black Widow and Free Guy have already run extensive ad campaigns, I think there's a small possibility, again, go get Raya, that they could release Black Widow on Disney Plus. It'll not be for free. You'll have to pay for it. And Free Guy, we'll see if that would be an additional cost on Hulu. It is a Fox movie, and Disney doesn't care about those. And Death on the Nile already took care of itself. Thanks, Armie Hammer. So the other option is that they could push all the Marvel movies again, but come on, I do not want that to happen. That would be ridiculous. I don't think the market can take it. I mean, I guess we'll have to if we have to, but that would be really freaking annoying if they push Black Widow to Shang-Chi's date in July. But I, to be honest with you, I'm sorry to say I could see that happening. Damn it! Now, speaking of Marvel and Star Wars, Disney Plus is very happy with their current domination of Fridays until it seems the end of time. They have us getting up at 3 a.m. to watch these shows. Join me in a few hours for the latest episode of WandaVision. We're going to have so much fun. It's the Halloween episode. I can't wait. Don't read the script that apparently leaked online. Is it legit? I don't know. I don't want to look at it. But anyway, in fact, why are there so many leaks for that show? A script? I hope it's not real. All right, so anyway, in fact, Disney has so many shows coming up. Will they soon take over another day of the week? Why not? There are 7 of them. Why compete with yourself on Fridays? And I also suspect that when movies come back fully, they might want to move off of Friday too. Like, why crowd their own films? So what days would you take? I'd take Sundays because they worked out so well for HBO, which will make Sundays a new battleground, just like Fridays for movies in theaters. And then as for the other day, I wouldn't take Thursday because movies can play Thursday night. And why make people choose between your latest episode on streaming and the latest theatrical release? So I guess I'd go for Wednesdays, because, movies are supposed to come out on Tuesday, although does anybody care about that anymore now? It's interesting. I'd go with Sundays and Wednesdays. How about you? Disney better stake these out soon before someone else does. HBO Max has already claimed Thursdays, although I don't know. I don't really think that's working. So anyway, they haven't really turned that into an event. All right, so Disney Plus has reached 95 million subscribers worldwide now, almost halfway to Netflix. That's got to be making Netflix sweat a little. And they have a very low churn rate. Don't forget your streaming terms. Churn means people, I've been calling it riding your subscription services. Yeah, that's basically called when you drop a service and then pick it up later for a show that you like. They're calling that in the industry churn. And I loved hearing them use it in the investor call. And Disney was like, we have an excellent churn rate, thank you very much. And I think it's in large part, and they do too, to the fact that they have a great new episode for you now every Friday until the end of time. However, they are making less money than they should be per subscriber, and that's because they're practically giving Disney Plus away, especially in some of the places where it just launched overseas. So while a $1 price increase is around the corner, for some of you, I locked in Disney Plus for 3 years at launch, thank you very much. But don't be surprised if in a few short years, or maybe even just a year or so, Disney Plus gets closer in price to Netflix and HBO Max. HBO Max is like, just give it time, baby. You're all going to be here with us. And I think that's probably true. And speaking of HBO Max, let's see how their movies do, their Warner Brothers movies. If they can make enough noise, and they have the ammunition to make some noise over the next few weeks and months, well, then that could also compel the mouse to release Black Widow on Disney Plus and maybe Free Guy on Hulu to compete. Although Disney Plus might feel they're making enough noise with their series, so they'd be content to let HBO Max just be the place for movies, because HBO Max doesn't have their hot new series ready just yet. So maybe they would be okay with that division. No, I want them to be pressured to release Free Guy and Black Widow on streaming. Now, as for the rest of the Disney empire, yeah, it's hurting a little, but Disney knows, as we all do, that as soon as this pandemic is over, they're going to pop right back up to where they were before, across the board. Everything will rally. It'll be just as strong as it was pre-pandemic, and I think maybe even a little bit stronger. Avengers Campus will be ready to open this year, vaccine willing. Wear your mask. Get your vaccine. This stuff is ready to go. And then also Epcot is getting a fancy new makeover as the 50th anniversary for Disney World approaches. And Shanghai Disneyland is getting the first ever Zootopia land. I hope it's a hit, so they build it in other places. So that's the latest with the mouse. What are your thoughts on all this? Share them down below, subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.